What's going on, everybody? I just made a review of the 94 versus the 90, and now these are your two entry-level competitive models, your Husqvarna 128 versus your your FS 56RC. They're comparable price. These things was $229 when I bought it, or $219, I don't remember, and these are $219 still. Stihl puts them on sale every spring for $199. Now, before I start this review, if you're deciding between these two, go this one. Alright, we'll start with ease of starting. Stihl wins. It'll crank in 3 times no matter what. That's the 3 is the largest amount. The Husqvarna has an auto choke. It has a primer bulb there on the back, but this auto choke sucks. It revs up the engine with the, God, I just hate it. I hate that thing, that choke. It cranks okay. It cranks in about sometimes 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, but never 10 or nothing. No, nothing like that. Alright, after you use this Stihl and it cools off, it'll crank right back up. After you use this Husqvarna and it cools off, guess what you got to do? You got to start the code starting procedure all over again. See, I've got a chainsaw attachment for it, pole saw, and I used it on that big cleanup job on that bank, and I had to I'm not saying it's a bad trimmer, but it is annoying. That is another reason for Stihl getting another point for starting and stuff. It just starts better. Alright, let's talk quality. Where they're the same price, Stihl's going to win again. I know this is going to sound like I'm biased, but until you have both of them and you're touching both of them, then you'll agree with me. I guarantee you'll agree with me if you have both of them. And no, it's not apples to oranges, because like I said, this thing's $219. Now, the Husqvarna gets a point extra for having a split shaft. Now, I like that. That's why I bought this thing. Of course, I like all brands, so I wanted to try them all out. And yes, before you say it, that's not a commercial trimmer. But guess what? Technically, that one isn't either. So I'm comparing these two, and they're big competition between each other. If I had an Echo SR M225 beside of it, I'd be complete, because these three are the biggest competitors. Alright, let's go length. Before you think I'm cheating or anything, they're right at the same length. Alright, the handles can be adjusted so it don't count. Bam! I'll put it a little closer. Now look at that. You see how much longer it is? What does that mean? That's easier on your back, don't it? Now look at the heads. Husqvarna's head is real tiny and cheap. Stihl's head is big, bulky, and good. Big difference right there. Right there shows you what's more quality. Not being mean, I'm just showing you apples and apples. Because they're the same. Actually, the Stihl is now $20 cheaper. Every spring they put them on sale. It's not attachable ready. All you gotta do is buy the KM, I think, 56. So this does get an advantage in that department. Power. This one's a 28 something. The Stihl's a 27 something. It would take two of those Husqvarnas to compete and compare with the power of that 56. I'm serious. That Husqvarna is not. Now, if you went from an MTD, like a real cheap Murray or Troy built, or one of the MTD brands, or any of the AYP brands, and you get you a Husqvarna, you're going to think in your head, oh my gosh, this thing's awesome. Well, see, that's what I got to remember. People just don't have other brands, and they don't understand how much more quality the Stihl is. The plastic's better. The loop handle's better on the Stihl. This thing looks like a dang edger bar. This one's nice and comfortable. Listen at that. And listen at that. You hear that? The Stihl's plastic's better. The fuel cap's better. I mean, just this is, I think, it's real easy to start. It's got a Walbro carburetor, and Stihl's. It's, look how protected the plug is. Hard plastic. The Husqvarna, you see the rubber boot. No protection at all. All right, the back of these boys. I mean, they are what they are. Fuel tank. Fuel tank. Cheap. Look at that. It's almost cut in two, just rubbing. I'm gonna end up having a fuel leak from this sucker. So this should be $100 machine. Not being mean. Crap, I'm upside down. I'm not being mean. I know one of my favorite YouTube channels has, or two of my favorite YouTube channels has these right here. So don't be offended on this. If you are, I can't help it. I ain't meaning to. You know what I mean? I ain't mean to nobody, and I don't mean to be mean, but the quality is uncomparable. This thing right here, there is a reason Stihl is #1. It ain't because they have more dealers. Why do you think they have more dealers? Let me think about that. Because they sell more. So that is a testament to what kind of company they are. They're a privately held company. They don't have shareholders. They don't release how much money they make. Husqvarna has been sold so many freaking times, it's not even funny. Echo was even recently purchased by Stihl. Stihl's about the only company that's stayed in the family. And they have a better quality control. Stihl cranks these things up in the factory, every motor. And when you get into the store, they fire them up again. That'll help keep you from getting a dud. I'm sure somebody's going to say that they got one that wasn't tested. And yeah, I'm sure it happens, but it ain't going to happen much. And you just got to know the starting procedure, especially like at MS 170 I got. Or is it a 167? See, I done forgot what it was. If you don't do the starting procedure on that Stihl correctly, it won't crank. It'll take forever to crank. So remember that on any trimmer. Don't hold that throttle on your new trimmers when you're starting them. Everybody wants to grab that throttle and grab it. The way the injections are on these engines now, that's not necessary. The primer bulb was invented so you don't have to do that as much. Yes, some of them's cold-hearted, and some older machines you need to give throttle. But if you have to give throttle to a brand new machine, there's something wrong with it, and you need to adjust the carburetor. Some people don't believe me, but anytime I have a problem with them starting without giving them throttle, or if I give throttle to start it, I adjust it and it works. So anyway, I can try to do a cold start. Now these are ice cold. Before anybody thinks I'm cheating, watch this Husqvarna out. It'll probably outdo the Stihl. Look. Finger on exhaust. Finger on exhaust. Alright, let's see what we got here. This is usually a 3-puller. Every time, usually 3. My fat finger ain't even hitting the primer book. Wait a minute. Yeah, it's got gas. I was getting ready to say, wait a minute. Alright, it's got the, that's another thing. When you pull the throttle on this Stihl, the choke goes off. This one don't. Alright, it's choked. Okay, there's gas in the primer bulb. 3 pulls, watch. Usually 3 pulls. Well, never mind. Never mind, I lied. It ain't been run today, so I'm not cheating. It's just good and warm outside. Alrighty. Now this one too has a dummy proof on off. Now I like that. Alright, I'm gonna choke it. And where's that primer bulb at? Hold on a minute. Has it got gas? I'm giving it a fair fight. You wait till the bulb is full. You can't flood these things because they have. return lines on them. I don't think there's enough gas to do this. Yeah, they are. Alright. Alright, here we go. I bet you it cranks in one time too. Ooh, 2 times. Yep, 2 pulls. So there you go. Let me see if I can show you a little bit of the power. Now this thing is quieter, I'll give it that. Alright. Let's see if this thing will crank back up for me. See? The power just can't. It's 56 power just has got that Husqvarna beat hands down. Alright, let me do a conclusion right fast. If you've got 200 bucks and you got a Stihl dealer, go to a Stihl dealer. If you ain't got a Stihl dealer, get this or SRM 220. Well, I shouldn't even say Echo because this ain't in the video. This would be my third choice, a Husqvarna. I would want a Stihl, then I'd want a 225, then I want a Husqvarna. No, I don't own a Teco. I have never owned an Echo for over a year or nothing. The only experience I've had with Echo is a customer that has one that I played with. It was pretty good. So, I mean, it's pretty weak. Now, that Husqvarna is way more powerful than a 225. I'm getting off topic. Both machines are good. If you get either one of them, I guess you'll be happy. So, that's all I know to say. Like I said, the length, the Stihl is going to be more comfortable because of the length. The Husqvarna is going to be better if you're on a tight budget because of the shaft. Is attachment capable. I will give it this too. I've got the same line on both of them. If you let that line on that trimmer go out too long, it will bog that motor down. If you let that trimmer line out long, it won't bog this one down. I can prove it to you. Everything I'm saying, I can prove it. Because that made me upset the first time I trimmed with this. Now, comfort, I like them both. If this one was a little longer, this would be just as comfortable as the Stihl. If it just was a little longer. Alright, now, let me talk about the Husqvarna a minute. This machine makes me mad, but at the same time, I like it. If it's the only one I had, I'd be happy. So if it's all you got, be happy. Same goes with the 56. If it's all you got, be happy. Because that's a dang good trimmer. And if y'all want a comparison right quick, how long is this video? 13 minutes. If y'all want a comparison right fast about the length, how much shorter a 56 is to a 94, let me line them up. Not much, but enough to hurt your back. Nah. It's a little shorter than a Husqvarna. Now, I've got a Husqvarna backpack blower, and I think it's the bee's knees. I'm going to upgrade to a Stihl, but not today. If I bought everything I ever wanted, I wouldn't have nothing to look forward to, now would I? Make sure they're lined up. Alright, here we go. Looks like steps or a ski slope, don't it? Poor little husky. He's the boy that wished he could be a 94 or 90. Look how short. Good Lord. But anyway, if you're a fat kid like me and your back's hurting when you're trimming, go get an Echo or a Stihl because they're longer. Or get you a Husqvarna commercial grade. There's a guy that mows out the road, and he's mowed years with that commercial grade. I forgot what it is. I talked to him one time, a 223 or a 3 something. So, I can't review it though. It has to be good or he wouldn't be using it. He's got 2 or 3 of them. So, I don't know. I'm not acting like I know it all either. I've never owned every brand and every size. But the reason I keep with Stihls because of how good I've got them old, that 2000 model and that 89 model. and they ain't never been in the shop, never had a wrench turned on them. So you stick with you good, but I went ahead and bought that to try it out. For the price, it's all right. Would I buy another one? No. Would I buy another 56? No, not if I had a 94, I wouldn't. Just to be honest. I like that 56, but the 94 is the best thing. That right there, that 94 is the best trimmer I got. And I got a bunch more trimmers in the building. I ain't put them all together. I need to put all the brands of trimmers I got together. 15, gosh, I'm sorry guys. I could talk trimmer talk. I need to start my own show, Trimmer Talk. Look how pretty it is outside though, and I'll end this. It's me, and this is done. If you got any questions, if I misinterpreted anything, just overlook it. I'm talking off the cuff here. I don't have no paper in front of me. Look at that little head. Boop, boop. But anyway, there is no winner here. I'm not going to say a winner. I just ain't going to do it. I don't want no drama. Don't want no cussing. This is what it is. This is what it is. If you love this, great. If you love that one, great. If you love that one, great. If you love that one, great. Let's just worry about one thing. Making money. Because it ain't all about tools. You're not freaking competing with other lawn care companies. This ain't a parade to where you load your truck up with $100,000 worth of equipment and run through town waving at everybody. This is a business. Get what works for you. If you hate Stihl, get a Husqvarna. If you hate Husqvarna, get an Echo. If you hate Echo, well, you can't buy Stihl because it's the same company now. Get an MTD. Get an AYP brand. Get whatever the frig you want. This is my opinions on my equipment. That's all I can do. Appreciate y'all watching. Always appreciate y'all watching. I'm not going to be lame, but I'm going to try to do a giveaway of something. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure out something everybody would want. I don't know what you guys would want. And I ain't giving nothing expensive away. I'm trying to think of something just to show appreciation and have a contest. I like contests. I think they're fun. Nobody gets offended during a contest. You know what I'm saying? That's it for now, Lord. 18 minutes. Y'all have fun. Peace out.